Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Free Learn Academy. Today in this video, I will tell you about the one of the most important and major recent event that happened today in the capital of China, Beijing, between the two major actors of Middle East, Saudi Arabia and Iran. In this video, I will explain you the relation between the Saudi Arabia and Iran, and what were the rocky relations, what were the events that happened, rocky events since last year during their relations, what are the outcomes of their relation, and what will be the impact of their relation on the region, specifically Middle Eastern. Iran Saudi Arabia take a step closer to repairing ties. Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud and his Iranian counterpart Hussein Abdullah shook hands in the Chinese capital Beijing on Thursday in the first formal meeting of the two senior officials after a year-long rift between Tehran and Riyadh that fueled instability in the region. So today the important thing which has happened in China is the meeting of the two rival states, the two rival Muslim states. The first one is Saudi Arabia, and the second one is Tehran. In the recent years, their relation were very critical and was unstable. So these are some events that were happened between their relations, the rocky relations since last 7 years. Saudi Arabia and Iran broke formal ties in 2016 after Iranian protesters attacked Saudi diplomatic missions in response to the kingdom's execution of Shia Muslim leader Nimr al-Nimr, one in a series of flashpoints between the two long-standing regional rivals. So the first major conflict arose between them on the one of the Muslim Shia leader Nimr al-Nimr. Saudi Arabia executed him, but the Iranian protested to and demanded to release him. The second one is that the kingdom then asked Iranian diplomats to leave within 48 hours while it evacuated its embassy staff from Tehran. From Saudi Arabia, the rapprochement could mean improved security. The kingdom has blamed Iran for arming the Houthis, who launched missile and drone attacks on Saudi Arabian cities and oil facilities. In 2019, Riyadh blamed an attack on Aramco oil facilities, which knocked out half of its oil output directly on Iran, which denied those acquisitions. So these were the four major events from 2016 to 2019 between both countries. Due to them, this event, their relation become deteriorated. So, agreement between both countries. What is the agreement? Saudi Arabia and Iran have agreed to follow up on agreements to reopen their diplomatic missions to Tehran and Riyadh, respectively, to encourage visits of official and private delegation and to facilitate visas for Iranian and Saudi citizens. They also agreed to discuss resuming flights between them. But on the bilateral level, to what extent they can go ahead depends on how Saudis act, because Iran has been under economic sanctions by the West. That's why we have to see how they will proceed, he added, referring to sanctions placed on Iran or its nuclear program. The two countries' foreign ministers agreed to open embassies, resume official visits, and facilitate visas for citizens. So this is one of the most and one of the big achievement among between their relation. Iran and Saudi Arabia have agreed to re-establish diplomatic relations and reopen their embassies within 2 months, according to Iranian and Saudi state media. They mutually agreed to open their embassies in both countries within 2 months. So it shows when they establish their embassies and when they open their embassies, the relation between them will be more improved and will be very good for all the countries in the region. A regional impact of their cooperation. What will be the regional impact of their relation? What will be their impact of their relation on the region Middle Eastern? The restoration of ties between the two countries come amid major shifts in the power dynamic of the region. They seem determined to expand their cooperation, I think, mostly on regional issues and cases, including Yemen, Syria, Iraq, and Lebanon. As said, after the Saudi-Iran rapprochement, Saudi state television reported that Riyadh was discussing the possible resumption of consular services between it and Damascus. It confirmed the re-establishment of relations between the kingdom and Syria would mark the most significant step yet in the Arab world to restore ties with Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Al-Assad was shunned up by many Western and Arab states after his security forces' use of violence on protesters unleashed over in 2011. Saudi Arabia is also working on engaging with Turkey after years of tension exacerbated by the brutal killing by Saudi agents in Istanbul of Jamal Khashoggi, a Saudi dissident and Washington Post columnist. Meanwhile, Iran appointed on Wednesday a new ambassador to the United Arab Emirates. While the two countries had broken ties in 2016, they recently began re-engaging with the UAE appointing an ambassador to Tehran last year. So these were some of the most significant regional impact of their relation. So it has impact on almost all the Middle Eastern countries, including Syria, Damascus, Yemen. So if you have any questions, so then ask in comment section. Thank you very much.